When the cameras followed Barcelona across pre-season, Gavi was everywhere. The low centre of gravity darting into pockets, the quicksilver shot, the roar after a goal that felt like confirmation the next great Barca leader was rising. Those bright, confidence-filled performances created an expectation among fans, pundits and even some within the club that the youngster would carry that momentum into the season proper. But the new campaign has opened with an unmistakable dissonance. A player who lit up friendly matches has logged barely any competitive breathing room, accumulating just a handful of minutes and not starting in the league. That abrupt slowdown begs a messy human question. Is this a simple tempo of recovery, a tactical choice by a coach building a robust rotation, or the first signs of a more complicated challenge in a squad that now brims with options? To understand what's happening, you have to hold two truths at once. On one hand, Gavi is still young, still recovering confidence and fitness after a difficult previous year disrupted by injury, and every step back to peak form must be measured. On the other hand, Barcelona, under Hansi Flick, has adopted a meritocratic, sometimes ruthless, approach to selection. When Pedri and Frenkie de Jong are hitting top gear, minutes are scarce and trust becomes a currency that must be earned in bite-sized increments. That dynamic turns a promising season into a pressure cooker. One early substitution, one half-good performance, and the narrative shifts from breakout to struggling to break in. Tactically, Gavi is an unusual asset. He can anchor central midfield, shuttle into attacking midfield roles, or drift wide and create overloads with his tenacity and low centre of gravity. That versatility should be an advantage, yet it also means he competes with two established starters who have long-standing chemistry and positional fluidity. In a team that prizes balance, managers often prefer the predictable fulcrum of experience before risking a high-variance young presence for extended minutes. There's a patient logic to that. Preserve the player's long-term value, avoid re-triggering injuries, and bring him along when the stakes demand it. But there is also cost. Every minute not played is a minute of live decision-making and situational growth denied. And for a talent whose mentality thrives on contact and confrontation, time on the bench can erode momentum faster than rehab ever could restore it. The immediate path to more game time is clear and brutally simple. Fixtures congest when competitions stack up, injuries and suspensions thin out the options, and rotation becomes necessity rather than choice. In that window, Flick must decide whether to use Gavi as an energetic injection from the bench or to trust him with starts that might expose him to intense duress, but also accelerate his maturation. The larger question is philosophical. Is Barcelona building for seasons or for matches? If Flick leans toward short-term consistency, Gavi's rise may be gradual and measured. If Flick is willing to gamble on the youthful spark now, the club could unlock dynamism that disrupts opponents but also risks fragile recovery. Either route carries consequences beyond a single match day. For Gavi personally, this season is a proving ground. Reclaim minutes, show durability, and force the coach's hand, or risk settling into a role of occasional impact without trajectory. For Barcelona, how they manage him will reflect deeper priorities about youth development, squad depth and willingness to accept short-term volatility for long-term gain. Fans will watch every substitution, read every training report, and dissect half minutes as if they contain prophecy. The truth is less theatrical, development is messy, patience is tactical, and elite managers balance massive ambitions with small, deliberate steps. The next weeks are pivotal. A run of appearances, even fragmented ones, could rebuild confidence and reshape the midfield equation, while another month of limited minutes will sharpen the urgency of the debate. For now, the spotlight that shone so brightly in pre-season has dimmed in competitive light, but dimming is not vanishing. What remains is a choice for Flick and a test for Gavi, to let caution govern and hope the talent survives a cautious arc, or to insert that talent into the furnace and see if the heat forges a leader. Either decision will ripple through Barcelona's season, because the story of one young midfielder is never merely personal. It becomes a mirror of a club's identity and appetite for risk.